Earbuds Podcast, presented by Headliner Music Club.
Jerzy, don't deep throat the mic. All right, when are we going?
Oh my
Don't
God.
tell people that.
Don't hold it like this anymore.
We're not recording, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
And it's going in.
we can edit that out, right?
Sure.
Not.
All right. So let me do this, guys. All right. Welcome to the Earbuds Podcast, presented by Headliner Music Club, episode number 22. Yes. Can I get an applause? Can I get some sort of energy here, guys? Please. Yay.
22, baby.
Yeah, we did it. All right.
Like Taylor Swift.
I wasn't going there,
God.
but all right. We have a very special guest on today's episode. Shout out to DJ Kaos. What up, man?
Yeah,
San Diego. Welcome to the pod.
Diego's finest.
Why don't you give us a little bit of a brief background and let everyone know who you are?
Yeah, been in San Diego forever, DJing over 20 plus years. I'm on the radio, Sirius XM globalization. I have my own show on there, Roster Radio, coming up on 7 years of that as the host and on-air DJ. DJed all over the country, not just here in San Diego. It's spots like Sidebar, Chingon Park, but I mean, every city you can think of, every major city, and even the B markets, been there, done that. Toured with Pitbull, doing his opening up the shows for him. And I book a bunch of venues as well, so yeah.
Very cool, man. We're going to learn a lot more about Kaos, and we got 10 questions with him coming up later in the pod. Also, we got Throwback and Throw Out, a segment that we finally came up with a name for. Hits from 8 years ago, Deep Digs, What's the Scenario, Mean Muggin', Table Clients, because I'm sure we've all been through that. And your edit submissions, thank you guys for giving us those. And 10 questions. We just got a full, fun-packed show today. So I'm really excited about this. A big shout out to people that have been supporting us and showing us love, like at the club or Instagram comments, all that, man. We definitely take notes of all this. So big shout out to Champagne, Rise, Dex, Villa, who was in Chicago actually a couple weeks ago. So I got to meet up with him for the first time. Also Vargas, shout out to Red Bull, and James Huang, who's just a lifelong supporter.
Yeah, forever in the shout out.
One of these days we'll have him on the pod and people can be like, oh, that's the James that, screenshots everyone's text message and puts them on blast. Yeah. And Kenny from After Hours Entertainment, my guy D-Rock, who I just got phone with, and Rudy, who will complain if we don't shout him out. So Rudy, what's up, man? Neil, go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to my boy in DC, Jerome Baker, Otro, which is also a fellow San Diegan, my buddy Ethan, and Marshall Weinstein, my girl Solace up in Boston. I also want to give an acknowledgement to Ammo. We lost a pillar in nightlife in New York, and his name was DJ Ammo. He passed away last week. He was very talented DJ. I've DJed with him a few times, but he also was like just a good guy overall. Also always like put a lot of DJs on like nationally, like when a lot of like New York is just a hard market to break into, and he's the one who like gave really talented DJs just all over the country like a shot to play in the city. And so we lost him over the I believe it was last week, and it just kind of flipped everything upside down in New York, and across the country. So I just want to give a shout out to Dream Hospitality. That was like his home base, his family, and just like all the friends that had just like lost a good friend. So big shout out to DJ Ammo.
Shout out to Ammo. Chaos, you want to shout some people out, or?
No, I just kind of wanted to speak on what we were talking about right now with Ammo. He's a guy that I worked with for a long, long time. The only reason I ever got to DJ in New York City is because of Ammo. He always gave me every opportunity possible. Even if I was on the East Coast and he heard about it, he would always offer up for me to come through New York City and play one of his venues. Or even if I was just in the city just hanging out, he'd offer us up to come to one of the restaurants that he was involved. He would always host us. Never asked for anything in return, just a good guy overall. Always took care of us, always treated us with respect, and he treated us like family. So, hope but for nothing but the best for his family.
Very nicely said. 5. Who do you want to shout out, man?
Yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to our very own Neil Jackson. Happy belated birthday, dog.
Happy birthday, Neil.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad it's over, but yes, thank you.
You're trying to dodge that one, huh, bud?
Oh yeah, man. I hid as much as I could. But
And also, happy birthday shout out to Gene Hove.
Gene.
Birthday's coming up, so it will be his birthday by the time this airs. And oh, and DJ Ever. How did I forget that?
Oh,
Yeah, Ever is this
happy
week too.
birthday, Ever.
Yeah. So gang.
Gang.
That's all I got.
5, speaking, you did Keys over the weekend. How was that? How was the party?
It was very, very fun. Probably most fun I've had since the last time I DJed.
What did you play? What did you, was it open format? What was it?
A very true open format set that I'm usually like going into like any club in LA. I prep a hip hop set, but tonight it was just wide open, man.
Has LA changed since like in the last?
It was just like the crowd was younger, and it was just birthday parties galore, and it was just like I played from everything from Cardi, Travis to Bieber, Ed Sheeran, ABBA to Jet 2
ABBA.
Holiday,
Yeah.
and it was just a fun party, man. A lot of singing, a lot of drinking, all that.
I saw the stories. Neil, what you've been up to? Where have you been traveling to?
I've kind of been on hiatus for a little while. I've been doing a couple of gigs. I just got back from Park City doing a club out there called Downstairs. Big shout out to my buddy Seth and that crew over there. But wide open format, age range is just all over the place. You can literally do everything from like ABBA to Waka Flocka to really Avicii.
I want to hear
You
that.
can go all over the place.
I want to hear that mix, like ABBA to Waka Flocka. That would be tight.
I mean, thank
I'm
God.
sure there's
for,
an edit somewhere out of that.
Yeah.
You can
It's like
double
a
time
transition
that.
record. Yeah.
Yo, you got that new ABBA to Waka?
You really can double time that. If you do Gimme Gimme with
Don't give people
James
ideas
Wang
right now.
will freak out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
James Wang's #1 anthem.
Biggest song of the night though, big shout out to James Wang, was Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
I like that song. I love it. Do you play? Wait, hold on. How do you play? Do you play it from the beginning, or do you like?
I actually
you-
play
is
the Villa remix of it. The
Ooh.
one where he mixed it with Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, like
That's a
that
good one.
electronic
Do I have
version of
that?
it. Oh, it's
I
so
actually played
good.
the Chainsmokers one. That one's
It's
a
like
big
The one with
really.
heater.
Yeah, that's
a good
the Villa edit of Pink Pony Club, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know if I have that. He sent it to us, right?
I don't know. Maybe he just sent it to me. Who knows?
Yeah, I was like,
We will-
wait, you got
we will
what
never
happened
know.
here, man? The fucking plug. All right, what else? Chaos, what you been up to, dude?
Busy, man. Busy traveling, doing a bunch of dope day parties. June was, I was very fortunate. I got to play a lot of cool day parties. Mesa, the OC, Goodies, Salt Lake City, R&B and Ribs in the Bay, and finally got to play You're Not Down up in LA with Angie V and John B. That was a highlight of the month, man. That was like a bucket list item for me. So did that, and then I had a very busy 4th of July weekend here in San Diego, Sidebar, Chingon. So yeah.
Are you? I just want to speak on what you've kind of said there. Like, it seems like you're doing a lot of curated parties.
Mhm.
Are you finding that the crowds are better in those because there's a specific genre you're playing for, or do you think the nightclubs are just like? One, I think two things, twofold. One, are you enjoying playing those parties more? And I think the flip side of it, are you seeing better crowds just in terms of energy on, versus a nightclub?
Yeah, I think it's shifted. At least for me, in my opinion, it's shifted that way. I have way more fun DJing those curated parties. Like, I'm putting so much work into creating edits and practicing and coming up with different routines for these parties. Like, it's actually making me a better DJ to DJ those kinds of events, as opposed to a nightclub. Where at a nightclub, for a fact, 80% of the music from night to night is going to be the exact same thing, right? There's going to be a few variations depending on the crowd, but for the most part, it's the same shit. As opposed to the curated parties, you can they're there for a reason. They're there to be wowed, and they're going to bring good energy, and they're there to dance and party and it's good vibes. So you can get really creative with it, and I think it just makes for an overall better experience.
I got one question on this, and you don't have to answer. Like, and maybe not specifically for the parties that you did or just in general, like I see a lot of pop-up parties. And obviously, like DJing is not only just something that we do because we love it, but it's also a business, right?
Right.
On the business side of things, is it really lucrative to be doing parties compared to a nightclub? Is there like, I obviously have to give specifics on money, but I'm wondering, is there like, is there a longevity in that? Is where it's like, hey man, I just want to do parties from now on, or I'm getting paid more than a nightclub, or I'm getting paid less, but I enjoy it more. Is there, I haven't really done too many of them. And if the ones that I have done, they're mainly like, yo, it's a friend, just do a half hour, because they usually have like 20 DJs on there, or an hour. So it's not like anything crazy, but I'm just wondering long term, is this a sustainable thing for DJs to even like, we can make money off of this?
I think so. For me specifically, the money side's been good for me. Everybody's paid me very well. I have zero complaints there. But what I find that it's doing for me is that a lot of these sets are being recorded. And so people are actually listening to these sets, and they see what I can actually do outside of a club, and they see how creative I can be. And now I'm getting opportunities to go DJ other parties, other curated parties, because they're like, oh shit, he's bringing that kind of energy, that kind of creativity to our party. We want that at our venue, at our party. And so it's opening up all these other opportunities for me. So, so I think
that makes sense. Yeah. It's really
lucrative.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That was like my question for a lot of these, these party pop-ups. I've seen them. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Then I'm like, wait, I don't know if it's sustainable, but if it is, man, that hell yeah.
I got a question for Kaos. You brought up You're Not Down in Pomona, which is actually my hometown. I'm just curious, what were the songs that what were some of the songs that you played there? Because it's a very specific party, no?
Yeah, that was tough to try to figure out what I was gonna play. For one, I had the last set of the day. This party goes from 3 to like 10 p.m. So I had the last set of the day. So I had 4 or 5 other DJs in front of me. So you're already going into that with, okay, everybody's gonna play everything that I want to play already. Yeah. I have 1 hour to kind of flex and do what I do. And then on top of that, I'm a huge fan of that party. I listened to pretty much every set they've ever had. And you hear all the different types of music, because you can play everything from newer hip hop, throwback hip hop, West Coast hip hop, even cumbias. I've heard rock in there. I've heard freestyle, Latin house, like everything. So to try to whittle down what I was going to play, it was definitely a big task, but I kind of, the way I went about it, I went into small little pockets, like 5-minute pocket, 10-minute pocket, whatsoever, to try to hit everything I could within that hour. And yeah.
How long did it take you to put that together, time-wise?
2 weeks.
Holy
2
shit.
weeks. I probably put together about 120 edits.
Oh my
Damn.
Yeah. And I probably went through 50 songs in an hour. Yeah.
So you still got a lot left that you can kind of dabble into, like
I mean, and that's with that entire month of June where I did all these day parties. I probably put together close to 400 edits.
What was the biggest song?
Month. The biggest song of the night, I can't. I played "Fuck Donald Trump."
Oh wow!
Wow. Okay.
I played "Fuck Donald Trump," and I think that guy. It was only a small little snippet, but I think that got the biggest reaction out of anything else that I played. I was very on the fence about doing it, and I said, you know what, fuck it, let it fly. And I got the biggest response out of anything else I played. But yeah, man, I went West Coast hip hop into R&B, into cumbia, into funk, into a little bit of 80s, 90s, house, and some rock en español. And yeah, that was kind of the trajectory.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Very
Now I wanna
wide
go to these
range
parties, yeah.
set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's go to the charts real quick. Where are we starting here? Let's go to Headliner Music Club. Number 1 right now, Disco Lines, No Broke Boys, Kazis, Better Off Alone edit. I love that. It's actually a really good edit of that. Yeah. Drake, What Did I Miss is number 2. Are you guys playing that song? You know, it came out like a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I had it loaded, but I didn't get around to it. I played more like just old Drake when I played out this Saturday. So
people aren't asking for. I have it. I was in Vegas over the weekend, and no one was like,
No,
"You
I
play
don't
the new
think-
Drake."
Yeah. When it dropped, I haven't played since it dropped, I believe.
yeah.
So
Okay, so we're not missing anything there. What else? Chris Lake, Psycho, number 3. You guys playing that? Anybody?
On our radio show on
Okay.
Open House Radio. Yeah.
Cardi B, Outside. That song. I didn't play it when it first came out, and it came out a few weeks ago. But now I'm getting like girls that are coming up asking for it.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, it's going over pretty good. Kendrick Lamar, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Squared Edit. That's top 5. I think we should just wrap it up for that on that. What else do we have? Billboard charts. Alex Warren, Ordinary. That's not really a club song. Morgan Wallen is everywhere. I don't know which one's the club song on that. So if you guys want to DM us, I don't know if there's a club song on that album.
On which one? The Morgan Wallen album?
Yeah, is there?
There's like a couple remixes.
Yeah,
out for
that's
that
the
one.
remixes that,
I think Burnout came out with one, I believe.
Okay, but are you getting requests for it? Are you just playing it or no? Anything from Morgan?
I have not.
Okay.
I was thinking I was gonna need it for Park City, but I just kind of shot right past it.
Yeah. I mean, he's blowing up. All right. At least this album blew up. Shabuzi's still up there. Kendrick, Sabrina Carpenter, Man-Child, which I don't know if that's really a club record, really. And then what else do we have? There's a song called Golden that just hit the number 6 on charts. I don't know if anyone's playing that by Hunter X or something. And what else do we have here? And then Drake is at What Did I Miss? Entered at number 2. So it's climbing. I think we're going to eventually have to play it because people are knowing it now. Okay, TikToks. AO and TO Rolex somehow made it back onto the TikTok charts. Young Jeezy and Soul Survivor. I don't know why that is
it's
back
that
on.
hashtag holy fucking airballs thing. Like when you show like you're struggling and then you show your glow up.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like holy fucking airball. Or some people are just doing like they show the struggle and then they show like the struggle even worse, like just to be funny. But
All right,
that's the trend.
Soul Survivor is up there. Kesha, Your Love Is My Drug, which is actually a good energy pop song. That is on the charts of TikTok as well. So I don't know, put that in your crates. Apple Music City charts. Drake is just on every single one. What did I miss? So I know he had a rough summer last year, but he's back on top. New albums. And there's a lot that came out in the past week. Justin Bieber dropped his. Jack Boys and Clips. Do you guys want to talk about anybody heard any of those? Or Neil, why don't you go number? You usually like to.
I listened to Jack Boys 2. I listened to Clips' album and Justin Bieber's album. And I think Justin Bieber killed it on that album. The thing is like his sound sounds like another artist that I was like a big fan of, only to find out that I think he played like he was like an
Yeah, who was it? Somebody, I saw that on
MKG.
Was it? Wait,
MKG.
Machine Gun Kelly?
MK.G. No.
Oh.
MK.GEE. Justin's album sounds very similar to MKG's. Every single that MKG ever came out with. MKG was on my ones to watch, like I think episode 5, and it was just like somebody that I just kind of. It was like indie, like I don't know, like it was like indie rock meets like I don't know, Don Toliver. Like it was like an urban vibe to it, but it's a very
chill,
very
though,
indie, right? Like raw sounding with guitars. But he actually played like some sort of role on the album. I think he produced it, but that's just my guess. He killed it on that album. Clips' album, I listened to that second. That shit is awesome. Like that album is so good.
Are there any club songs off of that? Is there anything to play in the clubs?
I don't hear it. Not in a club, maybe a lounge. Like there's like parts where like Pharrell sings the hook and like it just sounds good, especially with those two combined. Yeah. It just works. And
I feel about the Bieber album too. Yeah, it's like more like just a cruise.
What about Jack Boys?
Jack Boys is a very Travis Scott album with a lot of features. And I actually saw somebody was like, sounds like a Travis Scott album with a ton of features.
Yeah.
It's dope. It's just, if you're into Travis Scott, than Jack Boys.
There's gonna be some songs. I think outside. And there's a meme going on with the Shine record. You know what? When he's doing the Barrington Levy. Whoa!
Oh,
that's gonna be clipped.
yeah. Make a note on that one. There's a little marker here. You guys know there's a marker here. Add a marker. Okay. Oh, there's a clip created. Yeah, look on the bottom. You can see it says mark.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So now every time 5 does something, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a collage of his singing.
Okay, so all right. So is there anything else that people need to know about any of the 3 of those albums?
All 3 of them are very solid for the pocket that they're in. They're very good albums. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Let's move on to our new segment. Kind of new. It's probably what, episode 3 or 4 of it. Throwback or throw out. It had a different title before, but it came back strong.
I thought it was Run It or Been Ran Through. No,
that's something different. No?
that's Earbuds late night. way.
Earbuds after dark.
All right, clip that. There you go. All right, cool. So throwback or throw out. We're gonna take a look at records that were popular. I guess this time it's 8 years ago. Last time it was 9. So we're gonna go a little bit further back. Top 10 charts or top 10 songs from 8 years ago today. And I'm just gonna go around the room and I just need you guys to tell me yes, no, or no. Actually, no. We said throwback or throw out. There you go. That's the answer. You got that, 5?
Got it.
Very simple. Throwback or throw out. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna read these off. Despacito.
Throwback.
Throw out.
Throw out.
That's What I Like, Bruno Mars.
Ooh. Oh. I never play it, so throw out.
I'm torn. Miles Medina ruined that song for me.
Best routine ever. Like, how can you even top
it never sounds as cool when I play it now, so throw out.
I'm gonna say throwback.
Okay.
Like
but
for
I'm
like
torn.
a closing set, right? Like it's like a yeah.
It's a good
Song. So dude, that's a big song. Bruno's, yeah. I'm the One, DJ Khaled, Bieber, Quavo, Chance, Lil Wayne.
Throw out.
Throw out.
Throw out. All right.
Throwback because Justin just seems to be like I can never miss.
Yeah.
Like right now, one of the biggest throwback songs is Beauty and the Beat. Like you can never miss
Anger.
So Justin Bieber, just because he's on it, I think people are just like waiting for that part. Does
he have a verse? You know, he's got the hook on it.
Well, I just see Justin Bieber, so I'm just like, hey, you just can never miss with him. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say throwback.
All right,
that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
It lacks like energy. There's no real energy.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I don't think it ever really like peaked where people were like, yo, we gotta play that one. All right, Humble, Kendrick.
Throwback.
Okay. Ed Sheeran, Shape of You.
Throwback. I played that Saturday.
Throwback.
I played the Mac J edit is the best one to play though.
It still works, yeah. Ed Sheeran still works.
Yeah.
Future, Mask Off.
Throwback.
Throw out.
Throwback.
Ooh. All right. Something Just Like This, the Chainsmokers and Coldplay.
It only works when they're playing it.
I know, dude. That's
Never
like their
works,
song of the night, and the fireworks and all that other shit.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, no one's going to see me like I'm not a chain smoker, so. So throw out for me.
I can just see him putting his hands up, like, oh.
I'm gonna say throwback simply because Chainsmokers has made a comeback here. Like Roses does well, Closer. Like they do really well.
I played Closer. It works. Roses works. That just never worked for me.
I've never tried it, so
I do listen to it when I'm running.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Stay, Zed, and Alicia Cara.
Throwback. That's a banger.
What else do we have?
It's usually the guys singing that louder than the.
that would be me. All right. It Ain't Me, Kygo, and Selena Gomez.
I mean, I never played it. I like the song. I just never played it. So just a throw out for me.
Throw out.
Throw out just sounds so mean, man.
Yeah.
Well, we need like a better
You guys came up with this. Like we
Ran down.
debated on this. It's better than ran through or whatever the fuck.
How about never ran?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I mean, fuck. All right. EXO Tour Life, Lil Uzi Vert, number 10.
Funny,
Throwback.
like, I mean, I love that song. Throwback. I got shit for playing it actually at Park one time. They're like, the girl's like, yeah, one of the promoters like, yeah, Fi played this song. I was standing right there too. And she was talking to someone. It's like, yeah, Fi played like EXO Tour Life. It's like such a bum out.
Wow,
like,
she trashed
like,
on that?
and Mike White was like, oh yeah, that's 5 right there. It's like, oh no, you did great. I just don't like that song. It was pretty funny.
Damn, she put you out. All right. That's it, man. That's for throwback or throw out or whatever you want to call that segment.
Ran through.
Deep digs. Let's go around. This is new SoundCloud music or accounts that you've been watching. And it could work for Bandcamp as well. So
whatever you're digging,
I'll start this one off. I am a huge fan of Wookie's Bandcamp.
Yep.
And if you're not familiar with Wookie, he's got a lot of amazing edits.
Yes,
so
he does.
make sure you subscribe to that. Anyone else?
That's it.
I
got one. I don't know.
Okay. I
Like
have Avicii Levels with a Jet 2 Holiday soundbite edit by Jed is a good one. Victory Lap Refilled remix. It's a good bass. Is it? Oh, it was not dubstep, but it's bass, right? Like it's bass trap, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like bass, like it's like deep.
Has that sound like?
Clips.
That's
clips.
Yeah, I'll clip that right.
Chris Lake, Toxic with Britney Spears' Toxic by Double A from the Bay.
Wow.
And when I first heard it, I'm like, reach in, and then I listened to it again. I'm like, okay, this might work, and it does fucking work.
Really?
Nice.
Can you text that over to me?
Yeah, send that to us.
Will do. Will do.
Who wants to go next? Chaos?
Yeah, let's go.
I hear Chaos is actually.
Yeah.
He's been digging.
Neil's got 100, and then we're just gonna be.
Yeah,
here for
wait.
all day.
You don't want to hear mine? Is that why you're saying? You're like, I want to hear
No, yours is
Chaos.
always great. That's when I used to take a bathroom break or whatever. Go ahead.
Well, we were talking earlier. I don't really do the SoundCloud because I'm not trying to do the whole gate thing. So I do a lot of Bandcamp digging. A few that I like a lot, Fuzz and Denaru.
Fuzz,
They make so much dope shit.
Fuzz and wait, what was it?
Denaru, Denairu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a lot of
Fuzz, like all like Bree, they're all over SoundCloud. Rich Tanner.
Zany Wolf, I think, is that how you pronounce it? X and Y.
Zane Wolf?
Yeah, Zany Wolf. Smochi, SMOCHI.
Yeah.
Fucking Sickovox, SICOVOX.
So that's Sicko Mode?
Sickovox. And then
oh no, that's the name of the guy.
Yeah, Sickovox. He makes a lot of dope stuff. If we want to get specific about tracks, two that I've been playing out a lot that work really well for me out here. Chewy, I believe he's from New York, right?
I think so. But
his Playboy Cardi Evil Jordan fucking remix.
Oh yeah, his is good.
Insane. It's really
Chewy
good.
is dope.
And then he's got another
different tempo, or is it the same tempo?
It's 130. It's just
130.
Like more of a house track.
His is more bass house because Hills has one.
Yeah.
That everyone playing. That's tech house, and then Chewy did one that's more like bass housey.
And then he's got an original track I play a lot called De Noche. So
De Noche.
And then the last thing I have on my list, I subscribe to a ton of Patreons, and one that's been standing out a lot to me, this guy from out here in California, Nate the DJ.
Nate the DJ.
Nate the DJ. He's got obviously it's somebody who makes a lot of edits. I could tell, and I messaged him about this. I could tell he puts a lot of work and effort into the edits that he makes. It's like all high quality. Everything's on the grid. There's a lot of like subtle things that he does where you could just tell he's taking his time with each edit to make it very playable in the club. It's all his edits are plug and play. Yeah, man. So,
he's from San Diego?
No, he's LA, I believe.
Ooh,
I'm like looking for his Bandcamp right now. I'm like,
Nate,
wait, where is it?
The DJ. No, Patreon.
Patreon.
Mm-hmm. He's got a Patreon.
Right.
He puts out like 2-3 edit packs a month, and they're all fire.
Nate the DJ. All right, well, there we go. Oh, I see it. All right, I found it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Neil, go ahead. This is gonna be a long one.
No. It's actually not. The
Okay.
reason
Be
why,
long time.
like when you were asking me earlier, and I'm like, I've been kind of out of commission for a little bit. Because I actually didn't tell you guys, but I was in Ibiza like last week, so that kind of took a big chunk out since the last time we. I was
Ibiza?
there, and I believe Hawaii before that. But anyway, so with all that being said, I haven't gotten a chance
I went to Wisconsin. Yeah, go ahead.
Same but different.
Yeah.
I was in Barstow like a couple weeks ago.
Zizix, California.
Yeah.
That actually does exist. Zizix, California.
Yeah.
So I popped in and saw Otro's SoundCloud and Shabaz's SoundCloud, which is dope. Otro does more house. Shabazz is actually producing a lot of like Afro house, which is dope. But then I actually reached out to a couple of them. I was like, what SoundClouds do you guys go to? So they actually gave me a couple. Well, Otro did. And he was like, I actually go to Netgate.
Oh yeah.
He goes to Netgate and he goes to Propa's SoundCloud. And then I was talking to my buddy Ethan, and he said Seth David for dubstep. And then he brought up Spider Tech. He was like, his SoundCloud is sick.
Mhm.
So there you go.
All right. Cool. Check those. That wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be a lot. I thought we were gonna.
No,
eat
because
dinner
I
here
didn't have
watching
any,
the
and I was
podcast.
like, you know what? Let me go to the people I go to as far as like hip hop, dubstep,
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z, and they were like,
I'm gonna start
these are
doing
the
that too.
guys.
I want to be like, guys, what do you have so I can plug that in and sound like I know what I'm talking about. All right, quick picks. Let's go through these really quick songs that you are playing out right now. I have one that I've been playing and it's been working really good. That Fred Again Victory Lap is just, it's working really well for me.
Really? I finally got a
yeah.
request for that.
Yeah, you know what? It just has good energy, has a good bass line. It moves like, you don't have to play all three verses or anything, but it's a cool record, and it switches up the monotony of just playing back to hip hop, or like it's not like a trap. There's no like drop in it. It's, it's just kind of a good. It's almost like a hip hop record. I guess you would consider it hip hop, right? I don't know. All right. Anyway, there you go. It works in a lot of rooms. Who wants to go next?
I can go. I got Victory Lap too, but that refilled remix I play. Folded, the Kehlani record, Ibarra's UKG edit. That is fire. The Dip, Freak Nasty, Brandon remix. That's like it's 134 BPM, but it's more tech housey, not so like UKG. And yeah, that's it for me, man. Neil?
Chaos, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
chaos.
Chaos.
Let's let chaos.
Yeah.
Got four that are working really well for me. The brand new Shoreline Mafia Rockin'.
Yeah.
That's working really well for me out here. I have a Shake It to the Max remix, Orosa remix. It's it flips it over the Cassie Long Way to Go beat, but it's also got this like kind of like dance hall section in it, which
Is that
works really well.
Rosa edit?
Orosa, Orosa,
Ah.
Orosa remix. What else I got? I have Chris Lorenzo Appetite is working really well for me out here, and when I go up tempo, like at sidebar. And the last one I have Tove Lo Habits, Bessie remix, Bessey.
Neil. Shoot.
Top hits. I mean, mine are pretty basic. Wham Whammy, What the Helly, Shake It to Max is huge here. Disco Lines, No Broke Boys
What?
is like
Wait, what is it? Shake It the Max?
Shake it to the max. Shake it
Shake
to
It
the
to the
max.
Max.
It's the homies or
Silent Addy,
Just Silent Addy.
Shinsia.
It's crazy though.
Why don't I know that?
If
I
you hear
don't
this
know.
record, you'll know.
I think I have it.
It's crazy because when you play that record, then people think like oh, they know like dance hall, right? And you do like a dance hall set, they're like, we don't know reggae. Like,
Yeah.
we only know this song.
Yeah, it literally I
It
ended
came
up
out a year
shifting
ago.
into
It came out.
Afrobeat.
It's old.
Yeah, but it just started getting traction.
Oh,
like,
okay.
the
That's
past
how I was like.
couple
I'm
months.
like, I never. Yeah. All right.
Dude, it was like charting in like every state. or every major city. It was charting in the top 10.
All right, shake it to the max. All right,
Shake it to the max. I don't know how to pronounce it. Quiliano, NYC.
Oh yeah,
Which is-
yeah. That's the Bad Bunny.
Yeah, it's basically Nueva York, but it's like a house, like almost redo. of
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
it's like
a Latin house.
Yeah. That was so when I was in Ibiza last week. That was massive.
So
it's massive here.
A lot of people
What
are
is, wait, what is it
sampling.
called? No, I'm fuck. I know. All right, I gotta take notes of. What was it called again?
NYC.
the NYC, but it's by
The song by who?
Quiliano, Quiliano.
Check HMC.
Got it.
Yeah,
But,
it's on HMC.
But also, there's a couple other records that are sampling that original. That's like I've seen
The
like,
original?
clips. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've tried to track it down, but it was an ID. But yeah, but that sound, that sample, whatever,
Yeah.
that flip is like kind of blowing up right now in like the house scene. So.
yeah.
Damn. All right. It's good to know. Is that all you got?
I mean, yeah.
You want more?
You want me to get more?
No.
I felt like it wasn't enough now.
I think that's enough. Once to watch, I'll just shoot mine out real quick. I got Bunna B, Bunna Summer. I like that record. I'm not sure if you guys are playing that or familiar with it. It's,
That's
new
my
hip-hop.
ones to watch 2 episodes ago.
I'm just
And
letting you know.
last
that-
episode.
All right. And I think and Baby Daddy. I like that one too. That's another one that
By Bunna B.
by Bunna B, Baby Daddy. It has like a clap track. It's like, fuck my baby daddy. Fuck my baby daddy. Don't clip
Dude,
that.
we gotta
Don't
make a
clip that.
whole song out of all these singing, all these like parts you guys are singing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to describe it to you guys. It's the best I can do. All right, someone else go. This is embarrassing.
What segment are we on?
It's the one.
Are you drawing right now?
Yeah, he's probably doodling. New artists or songs that you're.
Okay.
go ahead. We do this
I don't know if
every
you-
month.
All right,
Want me to
Nico and
go?
Sway.
Okay.
Nico and Sway, just house duo. They do tech house. And they do a
Nico
lot
and
of-
Sway had like a pop song.
A long time
they?
ago now.
Oh, yeah, they
it was
had
a
that.
long-
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They just got on my radar.
Is that,
so-
am I wrong? Is it Nico and Sway?
I thought that's what that's who he was talking about.
Wait,
No. It's
No, it's Nico and
Niko. Yeah.
Oh,
God, I
Yeah,
feel
what the
terrible
hell?
about that one.
screw
what
me.
the helly?
Anyways, yeah, Nico and Sway. They have the 50 Cent record out right now. Tech house banger. It works, really works. And watch out for Marzi. He's got a bunch. He just released his EP, and signed to Moshe Leesy's label, and you should be looking out for him. Marzi.
Oh, Nico and
Yeah.
Vince is Am I Wrong? Sorry, guys. I wasn't
Bruh.
gonna let that go.
Bruh.
Sorry, it was close. Nico. I mean, he could have been on both. Who knows? All right, who wants to go next? Someone.
Chaos.
All right. Recently, I was sent this new record by Saweetie called Boffum, Boffum. It samples who's the guy from G, the young
Buck.
buck. Shorty want to ride with me, and they flipped it into like a 107 banger.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna do really well. That one.
Oh yeah.
Also have Sturdy Youngin Trippin'. That's
Why do I have audio right now? Hold on.
Yeah, it's like
he's running a set.
My bad.
Yeah,
Technical difficulties over here.
you said. What was the other? What was the
steady? What?
Steady Youngin
steady youngin?
called Trippin'. They sampled, was it Fergie? Trippin'? Is that the name of the song?
Clumsy.
Clumsy, that one. Yeah, they sampled that, and it's like 107. Yes,
Steady Youngin is the name of the group.
Sturdy Youngin is the guy.
Sturdy.
It's Sturdy Youngin, and oh, that's Smiz. And all these words are all just like one word.
Yeah.
No
What was
space.
the Young Buck sample song again?
Both of
Saweetie
Both. Was it?
Want me to turn it back on?
No, stop. What is it?
Boffum. Boffum.
FFUM. Bofum.
Yeah,
All
Boffum.
right. By Sweetie.
Both
All
of
right.
them.
Both of them.
Both.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Got
And then two others I had is that new Snake and Balvin Noventa. That's a good one.
I just saw that on somebody's chart.
Yeah, I need to beef up my Latin craze, man. I haven't downloaded anything.
I got you.
I got you.
Is that all you got? You good on that?
Yeah.
Oh, one more.
One. Fade, no me dejo chimbiar. Fade. And I'll fucking type it out for you guys. Because,
Not to be mistaken with
I'm gonna
Fayed.
yeah.
I'm going to struggle on that one.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that Fade record is huge.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And yeah, that's it. That's what I
Nice. Neil.
All right. I got this one artist named Che. He actually opened for he was the opener for the Shy Baby. I don't even know if I ever pronounced that name right. His tour when I sent you guys that video. But dude, he had the crowd. This dude Che, CHE. He has a new single out. Now, if you're into like SoundCloud rap and stuff like that, then Che is somebody that you got to watch out for. He has a song called Hellraiser featuring Osama Sun. And then Wiz the Mac, Take My Mind, which is more of an Afro house track. And then 41 came out with another single featuring A Boogie called Naked. And that one's pretty dope.
So these are all drill records, eh?
What, 41?
I mean, just
No. Che is more like, I call it like internet rap. Like it's like really raw.
distorted.
Yeah.
Beats. Yeah.
Wiz the Mac is Afro House. He just had I want to say he had a huge song with Tyla just before this one.
Oh, really?
And then 41 is New York. I don't want to say that this is a drill sound, but they came out with a song with A Boogie called Naked. It's what's crazy is like A Boogie is massive out here. I don't know how big he is.
No, he's
out
big
there,
again.
but
Yeah.
he's
I mean,
huge.
for us.
A Boogie with a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he dude, I didn't know he had such a huge like a crazy fan base, like serious fans. He was at Lollapalooza a few years ago, and dude, his stage was the most like crazy. Kids were hopping the fences just to get into his set, and I'm like, I didn't know that was like he had a following like that. He's like,
And Tory Lanez too, yeah.
We're so in the club world. I mean, Tory had a lot of club records though, right? I mean, like, I don't know if A Boogie had that many club records. That
I know of like 3 or 4, but I was talking to somebody at a DJ dinner and they were like, bro, my buddy, Kazi was talking about it. He was like, I played when A Boogie rolled up on him and he was like, I was firing off tracks. And like Kazi, he's the next gen DJs and he knew a ton of songs from him. I was like, I didn't know. I played an event with A Boogie just 2 months ago for a 16-year-old birthday, and they knew every word to every song he sang.
Damn.
No shit.
Yeah, every word.
Stay up on A Boogie then. Shit.
I do have a lot of A Boogie in my.
He's been around for he's been around for a minute too. It's not like a new artist either. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
That's
that
what I was
like young kids are like, yo, this is one we're connected
Well, I
with.
just figure like when he was new, those 16-year-old kids were like 7.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like you grew up
Blew
with
my
them.
mind.
Or, yeah. Wow. Is that you? Are you good?
Yep,
You straight? All right.
that's me.
All right. What's the scenario? Let's go over this real quick. You're playing an open format room. The floor's moving. Energy is right. This is a crazy description. I'm sorry, guys. I was like in the zone when I was like, man, this is gonna be really cool. But the talent buyer pulls you aside and asks, hey, can you pivot to some new hip hop for a table? All right, maybe the table's giving you some like, side eye, kind of like, what is this dude playing? What are 5 tracks that you would be playing to keep the room happy and the table spending? Go ahead.
That was a tough one for me.
All right, so I got one. I was in the middle of playing Taylor Swift.
That'll do it.
And then I looped it back up. It's the "You were first young when I first started." So I looped it back to the top, and then I dropped a little Tekka.
Oh,
That worked. You know,
I mean, it's smart. That was,
on the fly.
I was
did
like, how
that.
would you bridge those two together? All right.
Well,
that works,
first off,
yeah.
just for people listening, the song is called Owa Owa. So,
Yeah, it's like,
Does it go well for you? Does that little Tekka go well?
well, Lil Tekka's big right now.
Yeah.
Big.
Does that Owa Owa song go well?
work for me? Like
I would have went Dark Thoughts, but I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
If I would have done that,
that
if I
would
would've
have
done
been
that.
hard to double time, but this was like
Yeah.
right there, and I was just like, you know what? This
I wanna play it. I just didn't know if it was actually. I like the song.
try this mix. Yeah.
I'll try.
Oh.
I'm on the one.
All right. Who else has got a situation?
Wait,
where-
what else? What else would you have done? It's just you just did one song. Was that the?
I mean, I can
Oh.
just, you know, what's it called? What would work is I'm a boss for the bottle spenders, you know, because I feel like those guys are the ones that want to hear rap. Future type shit. Fiend. Bugatti. This big song again.
Yeah.
Is
Big on
Bugatti
TikTok
really?
in?
Is Bugatti really blowing up again?
Yeah, it's because of that trend where, you know, like the guy's on the ground or the girl's on the ground. She goes, I pulled up in the new Bugatti, and then you pull them. And then the girl does it to the guy. I don't know, man. It's
Spend
TikTok.
a lot of time on TikTok.
TikTok trends, man.
Anytime I got to know like what's trending on TikTok, Five's just sending us reels. He's like, Yo,
I'm just like next to my girl, like looking at it. I was like, what are you looking at? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Is that a
I mean,
trend?
dude, it makes a difference. I don't understand how some of those songs blow up again, but all right, who wants to
It
go?
happens.
Chaos, why don't you go?
Yeah, this is actually. I have a lot of experience in this.
Oh, yeah.
especially
No,
as
hell yeah, you do.
this shit happens nightly. Not necessarily because the table's asking for it, but there's a lot of like presentations that fall in line with a certain song. So you kind of just got to stop whatever you're playing and slam a record on the one. You don't have to mix out of it, but you got to fucking throw something on. But whenever they ask you for something like that for hip hop, I kind of look for songs where you could drop it on the one and immediately it's recognizable, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know that there's too many new songs like that, but something like a March Madness, Commas, Superhero, even if you want to do something
Superhero
newer,
Part 1. In case anyone was, if listened to the past episodes, I just want to make that clear.
right.
Go ahead.
and if you want to go something a little bit newer, maybe more for the females, looking for the hose, that
Oh, yeah.
really works a lot. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, maybe Kendrick TV off, but you just have to have that. Drop it on the one where it has that intro where you could work the fucking mic and get them the energy up to where, you know, when the beat drops, you know, everybody goes fucking ham to that shit.
Speaking of Part 1 and Part 2s, the new Drake song has a Part 2. Is anyone playing that?
No, I haven't even touched that
touched
record
it. I
yet.
saw there's part 1 and 2, but I mean,
I just just double check. I've had PTSD ever since Part 1s and Part 2s.
I
come
mean,
out. Don't talk about it. Yeah.
I mean, are you still not playing Nokia all the way through? Because
No, I separate it. I separate Nokia into two different songs.
Why?
No, I go no, because I'll do 100 BPM set and I'll throw the second part in there. And then the first part I'll do I actually play like a Jersey club version on the second. So I get two songs out of it. Well, no, because otherwise
That
you
makes
just
sense.
wait, if you play it all the way through, then you're transitioning and I don't want to transition.
You're
No,
resetting.
that's why
If
you
you're
save-
already
you-
on a
you
wave,
save
if you're
it,
trying to
though.
go somewhere.
No, I
Yeah.
played early. Well, I
basically,
want to
three
get
of us think you're crazy. Basically,
No,
you
you're
know that, right?
insane. I play.
I agree with him.
Thank you.
Because
You
if
get
I'm
two
already
songs out of
moving up
it.
to like 126, I'm not trying to fucking reset
No.
and go all the way back down.
You get
No,
two
but you
songs out of
save
it.
it though, because like you know how like when you're playing 126, 120, whatever, you eventually have to come back down, and that's when you hit them with Nokia. You're like,
You
boom,
could.
they're
That's
like-
but that's
and they're
easy.
got at a fucking all time like, oh my god, Nokia,
See,
and then it
Yeah,
goes back
we're
down,
gonna-
and you like reset it.
the way I operate, not that anybody cares, but it's like I'm trying to get the energy as high as possible, right? As I go
Yeah.
up in BPM, so that when I bridge over to the hip hop shit, the energy's already there.
Yeah.
And it kind of translates and it keeps
I'm with
going.
Chaos
So
on that. That's how
cycling
yeah.
So if you cut me off in the fucking middle just to go back down to where I already was, it's just kind of it's pointless.
Messes the flow up. Yeah.
Well, I always find that second part of Nokia is what they're actually waiting for, because they want to scream out, "Baby girl." I can't believe we're singing so many of these songs right now.
Let them know,
but
man.
Hey,
like,
let 'em know.
people are waiting for
fun.
that moment.
Fun
But
stuff.
if you take that away from them, it's almost like playing Nueva York and then not playing the end part.
I do that. I messed
Well,
that
even
up.
that,
Yeah,
I
that
put that
explains
song
that.
in the twos.
I didn't. Yeah. You
Okay.
separate, but you get 2 songs out of one. I don't know. I think it's a smart.
But I didn't.
They're nice where I separate
Me and
them,
Chaos
but
is just
for the
you
most
guys.
part.
We don't
I
know
just
what
feel
you
like
guys are
that's
doing.
so,
We're
those 2 songs are so big right now that they just know those songs because through the radio, they just know the whole song. So it's like kind of like what
Yeah.
happens when you take the main part away. I mean, I guess you could wait for it. Eventually, you're going to hear it at some point in the night.
But what if you forget?
Or what if you forget?
I be forgetting.
I don't forget.
So
No,
that's why I keep it together. I be forgetting.
I make notes. I'm gonna give mine real quick. I got I was talking about new hip hop, so I'm not sure. I just put Cardi B outside. Don Toliver, FWU. I don't.
I didn't read the new
hip.
hip hop part. My bad.
Yeah, but no, FW. I did a party with Don Toliver a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know if this is like he played that, and sure it's him because he's performing it, but everyone sung every lyric to that song, and they were going crazy for it.
Big
So
record.
yeah, that was a good one. I guess Bunna B and Pluto, obviously Wim Whammy, but that Fairy record, I got a question. What are you really like? Is that still? I tried playing Fairy, it didn't really go off. Like,
It's you just got
just close your eyes.
use it
and
as
just
a transition and just get out of it, because like you don't want her to rap any longer than 30 seconds. But
Yeah,
they
there's
just want to hear the fairy part. She wants
There's a lot of versions out there.
Yeah.
2 that actually work for me: The Eccentric, where he flips it over Cassie, Long Way to Go.
Oh yeah,
And then,
I heard that one. I haven't played it.
Nate the DJ, he has one where he flipped it over to Goodies beat.
okay, so you
Oh,
need
wow.
a remix for that. So I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah,
Well, I do the one with
I'll only do the
Zillions.
chorus and
Yeah,
then I'm out.
the band's one is the one we talked about.
See, we've talked about this song on the podcast before, and I'm just taking notes, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna play this Fairy record. There we go. And I didn't know that you guys
Definitely
were all playing remix.
do an edit version and like get out of it quick, because
Yeah, okay, yeah, because I was like, I don't know if I'm not feeling this anyway.
But I also think that it depends on like where you position it. Like if you got like a Ratchet Girl set, you're playing that song.
yeah,
Like
it just
it
or
does
even like
weird.
like a young like crowd. Like if you're like
Yeah.
playing for like a dusty ass crowd, you can skip it.
Dusty ass.
Yeah.
Are you playing Wim Whammy all the way through too, or do you get out?
I don't. I'm playing like maybe
Because it's pretty
a
short of a
verse or
song,
two.
and
Yeah.
the hook is like right. It's almost 3/4 of the song, and then there's only a short thing at the end. I was like, should I just let it ride? Because they were singing every word. I'm like, I don't.
Of
I'm like,
course
I'll
you
just-
let it ride then if they're singing everywhere.
Well, I know, but I was like, am I playing this too long? I was like, I don't know. It's working, so I just
It really just depends on the crowd. What I do
Yeah.
is I set up all my coupons to where if I see that it's losing energy, I'll just cut straight to the chorus and then I
Yeah.
can get the fuck out of there.
That's smart. Okay. Who's
me?
Neil? You got to go right on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do it like how you guys set it up. No. I
Five
didn't
either.
Like,
So it didn't. Yeah.
well, you're saying like bottle presentations X, Y,
Yeah.
and Z, and I'm just like, if I'm targeting one table, I would do Boss Mandilo, Shake That Ass,
Yeah.
Wim Whammy, Pluto, Bunna Summer, Bunna B, Money on Money, Thug and Future.
Wait, what was
like-
it? You're going really fast here. I'm trying.
Money
to
on Money, Young
Money-
Thug and Future.
Money on. I'm sure there's people listening to this podcast right now. They're like, perfect. Finally, somebody's slowing things down for us. All right. Money on Money, Future. All right, go ahead.
Young
Sorry.
Thug and Future, Shake That Ass, Boss Mandilo,
Yeah, I got that.
Wim Whammy, Pluto, Bunna Summer, Bunna B.
Oh, so you're taking my picks. There you go.
I mean, I've been
Just stop.
preaching Bunna Summer for a while.
Stop. This on this podcast, I was the first one to mention.
Now
Bunna
that
B.
now that you threw it out there, this will be the last time you hear me talk about.
No. I'm just- so when it makes its way to me is like
It's
that's when
dead.
it's dying, right?
It is
Yeah,
officially
okay.
dead.
Yeah, thanks, guys. All right. Fuck. What else? Is that it? Is that all you got?
That's all. I feel like I need to start coming out with longer lists. If you're gonna keep hitting me with, that's all you got.
Well, dude, anytime I talk to somebody, they're like, man, Neil's got some heat. I'm like, well, I got some heat too. And they're like, no, but Neil's got
No,
really
honestly,
good
You
records.
really got some heat, man. Because I
Yeah. I'm like, well, you guys didn't know about that Sabrina Carpenter record,
Yeah.
and they're like,
You know what's
no, but,
actually
like,
for at sidebar for a switch up, they wanted a table as for Mo Chicken.
Oh,
Boss
Mo
Man
Chicken
D-Lo.
goes off too.
You know that
What
table,
the-
right?
what is
Yeah.
Mo
Yeah.
Chicken?
Mo Chicken.
I
never
get
met-
I'm on the text thread where everything gets communicated throughout the night. And
Yeah.
I was out of town that day. I don't know where I was, but I saw that text come through. Asking for something. Fuck, Mo Chicken.
Mo
and I'm
Chicken.
like, and that's why I said I used Serato that night, just for that, you
Good.
know. And
Yeah.
like,
Damn,
because
that's-
I wouldn't have had that on the flash for sure.
Jersey, that's Boss Mandilo.
Yeah, Boss
Just so you
Man
know.
D-Lo.
Dude, I knew that. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah. That was
All
a
right.
big record.
All right, let's change the subject real quick. Edit submissions. Big thank you to everyone who submitted their edits for this month. Man, that's huge. We had Broadway with DJ Sincere. What up, Sincere? DJ Slim D, FWB, Hitman, Liam, One Day, and Steve Spin. So thank you guys for giving us all your heat. And
Thank you guys.
5, why don't you read off
Man.
our picks?
Thank you, Neil, for keeping it short.
I mean,
Really appreciate it.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it easy for them this time.
All right, Neil Jackson, right? His picks are Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Sincere Bootleg, Too Much to Ask For, Ty Dolla $ign, One Die, and Medic. And that's the more vibey one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Chocolate Folded, Kehlani, One Die Edit. Big One Die guy. Shout out to One Die out
Yeah.
of LA.
He's dope,
Is it Day
man.
or Die?
Oh,
Die.
shit. It's One Die or Day?
DYE.
Yeah, it's Die.
Die.
Oh, I've been saying Day.
I mean, we've known him since
COVID.
2020, yeah.
Oh,
Now he's screwing me.
all
All
right.
right. Jersey, he's got the Drake versus Ghost Town DJs, Nokia Boo. I like that one, but I prefer. That was a good edit too. Sincere
It's a good
edit. I like anything Miami based. You have Nirvana with Sincere Bootleg, same as Neo. Love, Tuv Low, Timmy Trumpet, and Afrojack Habit, Steve Spin, Stay Mine edit.
There's a good beat to
Those
it.
are your picks, and I don't know what my picks are. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I have One Wish, Liam. Is it Liam edit remix? His name's Liam, right?
I
It
think
says
it's
Liam.
Liam.
Yeah.
Ray J, Fergalicious, Liam edit. You should not be doing that. That's the Chris Lorenzo song edit. And yeah, I think that's the two for me. Shout out to Hitman for making that Dior extended edit, by the way. He had a bunch of clap intros. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. And
the beautiful Hitman Slam edit, I was looking for that. Akon and Kobe Odonis.
hell yeah.
And yeah, those were my picks.
And yeah, and those songs will be up on Headliner
Actually,
Music
Chaos, did you have anything? You didn't get a chance to go.
Nah.
You didn't go through it. Right.
We need to start getting that. We need to start giving it to the guests.
I feel like
too.
it's extra homework for people, right? They already got to put up with us for 2 hours plus, and there's like, yo, man, go through all these edits and tell us what your favorites are, so 5 can read them. Really, yeah. So if you guys want to submit your edits and hear 5 read them to you, submit them at earbuds@headlinermusicclub.com. If we pick them, they'll be on the website, and yeah, you can download them for yourself. Also, if you don't have a subscription to Headliner Music Club, what are you doing? Sign up right now with the code ear space buds for 50% off your first month. So
Yeah, man.
thanks, Scratchy, for that.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep. All right. This is the moment that we have all been waiting for. At least Chaos has patiently. 10 questions with DJ Chaos. There you go, man. We made it.
Good to be here. Happy to be
I'm
here.
sorry that this is usually our podcasts are a lot shorter. This is a really long. We've been on here for 2 hours messing around. So all right, let's get into it, man. So you're San Diego, born and raised. You've been doing your thing. You've toured with Pitbull, crushed on Sirius XM. Tell us, like, I guess, what's your most surreal moment? I mean, that's a pretty amazing resume just right there. What's your most surreal moment? You've even traveled, like, you know, around the world.
Yeah.
So tell us.
Yeah,
about
I think one of them, and I wasn't even DJing, is I want to say 2018. I had the chance to go DJ in the Philippines, and was hanging out during the day, going island hopping. There's a ton of islands in the Philippines, and I was out there with my guy Ed Roberson, and he was taking us around all these islands. And I had a moment where I was just by myself, just kind of looking out into the water. There was like nobody around me, and I was just by myself. And it was kind of like, after doing this for so long, I'm like, fuck, like I'm here because I've been DJing. Like DJing got me here. So it was just one of those moments where I work really hard, and sometimes I just forget to look up and take a moment to appreciate, where I'm at and what it's got me. So that was that moment.
Very cool. Are there a lot of mosquitoes? I was just wondering about the Philippines. Like, when you have
That
like
was
a
like
side thing in your head.
the worst segue on the
I'm
planet.
sorry. Are there like?
Well, what about the mosquitoes?
Well, he's just like, man, I was out there on a cliff and watching. I'm like, man, they're probably getting eaten alive right now. I'm just. Is it bad?
I got inspired. I was like, yeah, man, I've had that moment before. And you just hit him with the, but what about the
All I thought
mosquitoes,
about was
dog?
mosquitoes, man.
Yeah,
What if I go out there?
Is it wild? Mosquitoes it's a big problem, man. There's like, stuff
Chaos, I respect that answer though.
Thank you, man.
I have that same moment. You brought me back to that moment for me too. I was like, I remember that moment.
Yeah, moral of the story is take the time to, pick your head up and look around and see where you're at and appreciate it.
Yeah,
Very
fuck
cool.
the mosquitoes. Don't worry about that.
Very well.
That's crazy.
So San Diego, tell us about. I mean, I know that's your home base, man.
Mhm.
Tell us about the local scene there, and I guess more or less like how it's kind of shaped your style, and you've taken that, I guess globally at this point.
Yeah, I was very fortunate, young, being able to listen to some of the dopest DJs on the radio here in San Diego. Guys like Rags, Slide, Marlino, Richie Rich, just to name a few. They were on the radio, and back then they were playing everything. It was very open format even back then. They had influences from everywhere from, obviously LA to even Miami bass and East Coast hip hop. So very early, I was playing everything and listening to all kinds of different music. So I wasn't just trying to, go down one lane. And I kind of always maintained that I never wanted to be just a hip hop DJ or an EDM DJ. So over time, it's just kind of, I've maintained the course. I've never just stuck to one lane. I've always wanted to be proficient in everything, in all kinds of different music. So, and San Diego isn't necessarily the leader or the trendsetter when it comes to nightlife. So they follow a lot of the trends. So, when everything's going hip hop, you see the nightlife switch to hip hop. And when it's going EDM, everybody wants to go to EDM routes. So luckily for me, I've been able to kind of maneuver in whatever way I've needed. And to this day, it's the same. Whatever the trends are in the market, that's where San Diego is.
Is there a big Bay? I think someone told me recently there's a big Bay Area influence in San Diego in terms of music. Is that with you? Okay, so what would cause that, and like why is Neil telling us that?
I don't know that it's a direct influence, but I think it's just overall West Coast. Like I said, San Diego isn't necessarily the trendsetter in all this. We don't have a lot of homegrown artists where they're the ones leading the way. So we do look up to the Bay Area. We do look up to LA, and we love that music, and we accept it, and we kind of bring it to the fold. So I think it's much more of a West Coast influence than it is just specifically Bay Area. But for whatever reason, there are a lot of ties between San Diego and the Bay Area. We kind of just bypassed LA proof.
Yeah.
I say the same thing. I'm like, I don't understand.
Have a great relationship.
I definitely, I noticed like I hear more at Bay Area music down in San Diego, and I play more.
And it works too. Yeah, you can just play those Bay Area tracks. All right, so you're open format DJ through and through. What's the formula or structure you like to follow in building a set, or I guess, is it more going off the crowd, or is there a certain kind of, I think we just spoke about like how me and you were separating Nokia and like the energy levels and stuff like that. How do you kind of build
I'm kind of borderline OCD in the way I prepare and I structure my crates. I'm very, very organized. So what I kind of preach to all the younger DJs is make sure you kind of set up your crates to where you're really dialing in what you're going to play. Obviously, you're going to have a few things where instances where you're gonna think of something on the fly and you want to go that route, but you kind of want to have it dialed in so that way you're executing as opposed to sitting there scrolling and you're not really paying attention to the crowd. So I set everything up to where I'm just moving fast. I want to stay 2, 3, 4 songs ahead of the crowd. And so the way I structure everything is just organization. Everything's got to be ready to go. Everything from my cue points, my loops, the labels, everything's on the grid so I can just execute.
I feel like what you're talking about is so important for people that are listening, like the disconnect. And I always tell like DJs I work with too, or I say, hey, like, it's okay if you want your laptop in front of you, but I also tell them, like, look, you're a focal point in a nightclub. People are looking at you constantly, and your head's buried in there. They want to interact with you. When you have that barrier, that wall in front of you blocking it, it's taking a lot away from just the overall club experience or just the party. So, you know, your head digging in a laptop the whole time, you should be a little bit more prepared going into a set, interact with the crowd, play with the microphone, talk to the people at the tables. Or I feel like it's missing, and it's not really said, but it's so important that you brought that up. That's like, yo, you know, be prepared going in there and knowing what you're going to play, and don't spend so much time on your laptop.
Yeah, there's also something to be said about the confidence of knowing that you're ready for whatever way you need to go. You're not just, oh shit, what am I going to play next? You know where you're going with things, right? And you're ready to go, so you can take that shot with the table. You can go shake hands over there. If a curveball gets thrown at you, like at sidebar, all of a sudden a table wants this or that, you're ready to go. You don't have to think twice about it, right? Once you can operate at that kind of level, everything becomes a little bit easier, and it takes a lot of pressure off of you. And it shows in your sets.
It's more fun too, yeah. 5, you want to?
Yeah, man.
You know, we practiced this question. So.
All right, man. What's your take on what's your take on the DJ culture right now? Like, you think we're in a creative era or a copycat era, or both?
It's definitely both. I see. I think everybody sees a lot of the creative content that's being put out, right? Whether it's routines or video clips from curated events, etc. And you see all these guys coming up with crazy ideas, and it's being put out there. But then you also see the guys who are just copying it, you know. Or I've had instances where I know I came up with something, and then I see somebody try to replicate it in a video on social media, you know, and I know exactly where they got it from, etc. It's just it sucks, but it's just part of it. But I think you know, I like to focus more on the creative shit, and I do so that it pushes me to become even more creative.
I mean, the minute you put it out there, is someone's gonna copy
It's
it.
free game.
Yeah,
and they'll do it on TikTok. It's like, no one will know.
Tell us about Wish You Were Here. I know that you throw your own party, and we were talking about that earlier. How did it start, and I guess more or less, you know, what kind of, you know, experience that is for people?
Yeah, so starting my own party was something I always kind of wanted to do. I was always inspired by things like, you know, the videos from the Do-Over from, you know, 10, 15 years ago. Yeah. Those always seemed fun to play. Like, I love watching guys like Four Color Zach or Jazzy Jeff, and how they get creative, and the crowd would buy into it. It wasn't necessarily a club set, and I always wanted to do that. And then I was lucky enough to play the Ribs event. My first time I played the Ribs event, and I was like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do. You know, I kind of break up the monotony of playing the club shit all the time. And it was kind of a way for me to also be able to showcase myself as much more than a club DJ. Because I think, you know, after so long, I kind of just got pegged as that. So it was kind of my opportunity to do so. And luckily, I found the right partners, Jules from the Hickeys and Dry Hump team. He's been throwing events forever. And then my guy, Recap, he's the VIP manager over at Sidebar. He's been DJing too. So us three, we kind of pulled our resources together and decided we wanted to do something for San Diego, and that's how Wish You Were Here was kind of born. And yeah, man, we've been fortunate to be able to throw some dope events. Not just Wish You Were Here, we also had the Side Chick R&B party. We have the Real Friends Coffee pop-up, so it's kind of grown into other avenues as well. So yeah.
And you touched on I guess your influence with Sidebar and everything, and you're not just the DJ, you're also a talent buyer. Mm-hmm. What's your approach to curating a lineup at Sidebar, or just, I guess, what are you looking for people that are listening to the podcast, that they, you know, there's DJs that want to travel out there? Don't just blow this guy up. I'm just saying, what are some pointers that you can kind of give people? Yeah. What are some pointers you can give DJs that are kind of like, hey man, what is this guy looking for? What am I doing wrong? Or what should I be doing right now to get your attention or another buyer's attention?
It's It's there's a lot of different things that I look for. Number one, I'm looking for just good people. You got to be a good person. You got to be easy to work with. There's a lot of things that come with playing at Sidebar. You don't just have to have the talent. You have to have the right attitude.
Yeah.
Neil and Clive can attest to that. There's a lot of things get on your way, requests, shout outs, etc. It's not your typical nightclub where there's a dance floor and you just cater to them. It's all bottle service. So being able to kind of pivot and maneuver several times throughout the night and play for the crowd is a big must. And in order to do that, you have to have the right attitude. You can't have a me first attitude. That's just not going to work.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I look for, because aside from being an amazing venue, Sidebar really is a team. They're a team first mentality. They're going to take great care of you, but obviously you got to make sure you're doing your part as well. So that's the number one thing I look for. Second, experience. I need to know that you played in high pressure situations. You played in the right rooms that kind of translate to what we're doing at Sidebar. That's super important to me. And third, yeah, you have to be dope, man. I'm not looking for average. We're in a city where we have a lot of dope venues in the city, a lot of really good lineups, and so my job as entertainment director is to raise that bar week after week.
It's been a staple. I mean, Sidebar has obviously made its mark in the San Diego club scene for a long time. How do you keep it fresh to avoid just the same old? Like, what are some things that you do that are, I guess, just constantly keeping your name, top on the list?
As a venue,
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're coming up on the 22nd anniversary of Sidebar. This is the third remodel, which is incredible to say in any market. But I think it comes from the top. Ownership there, shout out Frankie and Xander. They're just
Frankie.
Their emphasis is strictly on the club experience for the guests. They put hospitality at the top of the list. We don't want to be just another club. I've said this before. The liquor tastes the same in every venue. The music's going to sound the same in every venue. But what are we showing you? What are we offering you that's going to make it feel different? And it starts with the guest experience, right? We go out of our way. We go above and beyond for each and every single one of our guests to make them feel special, feel welcome. They're getting their bang for the buck. You know what I mean? They're not going to go away regretting it or saying, "Oh, that was a waste of money." No, we're giving them probably the best experience they're going to find.
You guys are actually like putting, ideas like casino night, Vegas night, burgers.
And I mean, even the DJs that come through, like I think I know Scratchy was there recently. He came in just to hang out after his family celebration, and we're throwing their pictures on the wall. We're throwing up pictures from 10 years ago on the video screen. We're bringing out custom signs.
We had to leave.
Is it Fernando that's been doing this?
Fernando. So yeah, we're just going above and beyond every single detail we can. It's just like we put in the work to make sure it gets done. Just because the clientele is the most important.
I want to ask you a little bit more about San Diego and I guess the overall scene there. A lot's changed since COVID. How are you seeing the overall market changing, and where do you see a space for open format DJs in that market? I know that it's since I've been there, one half of the streets are kind of Latin rooms, and then you have some other clubs a little bit further down on the Gaslamp area, and I've been playing that market for probably 10 plus years, and I've seen a change. From your perspective, where do you think things are going, and how do you think it's going for open format?
I honestly think it's getting tougher and tougher for open format clubs to compete, only because there are so many curated parties. There are so many bars and clubs that do only one specific type of music, right? You have your Latin clubs, and now as a consumer, if I want to hear reggaeton, why am I going to go to open format club where they may or may not play reggaeton and I may or may not like the DJ? Why don't I just go where I know I'm going to get exactly what I want? So it's I think it's harder for these open format clubs to compete, and that's why it's that's why a venue like Sidebar puts such an emphasis on making sure we give the clients a one of a kind of experience, because we want to make sure that they're their number one option as opposed to going elsewhere.
Nice. And my last question for this whole segment is, what's the deal with this side burger? And I know this is like, this is kind of like the holy grail. I tried. This is a little bit of a story that I'm not sure if you're aware of, but I tried to get in, and this is late night, and they wouldn't let me in. And I was like, yo, I know people. I'm like, I know Chaos. And they're like, no, man, not today. And I was like, I just want a burger. This is at the end of the night. And they were kicking everybody out. So my face was on the window, but your windows are all like, like tinted or whatever you got going on there. And I'm not sure if anyone saw me on the inside, but I was really trying to get a burger last time. And I was with Good Chill, and they wouldn't let him. And we were trying. So what's the special sauce on this burger, and how did it begin? And why is it such a big viral? It's really good, by the way.
I don't know the origin of it exactly. I should, but I just know one day they said, hey, we're gonna start selling burgers. I was like, okay, all right, whatever, but I didn't realize how good these burgers were until I actually tried it myself. And it's not just like a regular burger, it's like Wagyu beef that they use, and
it's wild,
incredible. And it's just
the packaging, the packaging alone looks
so
great.
That means so how do you get a burger? Like,
how do you get the golden ticket to get a burger?
Well, if you're already in the venue, you can buy one at any time.
Buy a burger.
Okay.
Whether you're there or at the karaoke bar next door, Gas Sun Platter, you can buy a burger at the bar. You can just go to the bartender, get yourself a burger.
What if you're stumbling around in the gas lamp and you're like, man, I really want a burger at 2 a.m. and you happen to be from Chicago, and
you text me directly.
Okay, got it.
I'll make it happen.
All right.
And while we're on the subject, I gotta clarify this. I do not make the fucking burger.
That was fine. That was, by the way,
that was another rumor for.
That was another episode.
Well over a year.
I said that you were flipping burgers in the back. How many people were gonna hit you up? And it was like,
I had so many people. They're like, I've had people when I'm out of town, they hit me up, be like, yo, man, your burgers are amazing. I'm like, what? Yeah, the Chaos burger. I'm like, that's not a fucking thing, bro. That's a side burger. It's like,
I think Jules might have made a joke. It's like, oh, Chaos is like back there making it right now. And
like, but then Five said he's flipping burgers on the podcast. Yeah, he's like, yo, man, Chaos is back there flipping burgers. It's so, I'm like, he's making them? I'm like, damn.
No, I don't make the burgers.
Oh, man. Well, you
no
should take
joke.
credit for it.
At one point, I was like starting to think that maybe it was your recipe or something. I was like, there's no way he's back there. But I was like, it could have been his recipe, though.
I make a good burger, but I don't make a burger that good.
You guys need a side window or whatever.
It's not a standard burger, that's for sure.
I might be breaking news here, but we're actually going to have a cart outside soon.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go. So people like me who are just kind of wandering in the area can pick up a burger. Oh, this is great.
Dude, awesome. How good those burgers are. I feel bad for the cart guy because he's going to be working.
I'm not going to say any names, but I know DJs who have taken down 2 or 3 late.
I took down 2. That was me.
Oh,
I definitely had 2.
I've done 2.
And they're double patties too. So I had 4 patties.
Are they double patties?
Yeah, they're double patties.
Yeah, man. Stomach full of
like a pig.
Oh, I'm a connoisseur, man. You got to make a t-shirt, a hat for this. This is... Yeah, that's definitely one thing that most clubs don't have is an amazing burger. It smells great too. Cool. You guys got anything else for Chaos? Any questions?
Speaking of t-shirt, I think we should put this on one.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's back. Oh, jeez.
That's pretty good.
What?
They're like earmuffs, but they're supposed to be headphones. I'm not good at throwing headphones.
I thought they were like hair. I thought they were like hair buns.
Yeah, what is that? Those are like it's like
Princess
earmuffs or something.
That looks like a bald guy, bro.
Bro, you can draw a microphone and give him some sort of. It just looks like he's cold.
Come on, man.
Well, thank you so much. Sorry for that, but thank you so much for doing the pod. We may do a t-shirt and with everyone's face that's been a guest for the season or something.
That would be so dope, man.
All right, here's the microphone.
There you go. That was really good. Yeah,
that's
perfect.
Awful. That is awful.
I mean, it's better now. At least you know the headphones connect to something. All right,
like guys. A meteor is coming towards him. But anyway.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Sorry to every guest that we've had. But all right, thank you so much for doing this, man. That was awesome.
Yes, thank you.
What else? Let's go over. You guys, make sure you leave your IG comments, X and YouTube. It helps us, helps the show, helps Scratchy, helps Headliner Music Club. It just makes everything a lot easier. So please leave us a comment, and Apple iTunes or whatever. No, what is it? Apple Podcasts. That helps out a lot too. Send your edits to earbuds at headlinermusicclub.com. Super simple. Once we get them, they send them to me. Put them in a nice little Dropbox package.
DM Jerzy.
Don't DM me.
Dropbox link.
Do not do that.
He
Just
loves that.
Bro, just try to keep it as organized. Sometimes it's hard. They're giving me like, just give me one email with all your edits. You don't need 7. All right, so we got that. And then thank you to Scratchy, James, Good Chill for putting this together. 5, you got a playlist. You want to plug that?
Yeah, I just updated it on Headliner Music Club, 5's weekly playlist.
There we go.
You know.
We have a Spotify too. And with all the songs
yeah.
all the Spotify song or all the songs that we just talked about, it will be updated with in case you guys are taking notes or whatever. Also, I think Chaos, you want to talk about the party you are throwing in August?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just announced last week we're doing me and the fellas Jules and Recap. We're throwing Wish You Were Here pop up Monday morning at the Scam Summit.
Wow.
Yeah, we're kicking things off. We're gonna do the welcome committee. Yeah, so it might be a little coffee, maybe a few shots, but yeah, morning rate.
Nice. And we are going to do we just kind of finalized this. We're going to do a live podcast and maybe a question and answer. Yeah, we are going to do a question and answer.
It's going to be a Q&A.
A Q&A. We're still working on all the details on location, but it's going to be super fun. It's going to be easy. It's going to be cool. It's going to be, we want you guys to come through and you can, maybe 5 can doodle you. You know, maybe we could do like a little
live
station,
doodles?
like a doodle station. Yeah, while we're, if you want to ask. Yeah. So definitely look out for that. And we'll be putting a flyer out. So we would love for you guys to come by for that during the Scam Summer Party. What else do we have? We have the hat. Do we still have hats? Do you still got hats? Yeah, Scratchy?
I have like 2 or 3.
All right. So get your hat.
Yeah,
super simple. There's only 2 left.
Man, you know.
And Neil will sign it for you in August when he sees you live. Yeah.
Dude, you don't want.
You have a great signature. I'm not sure
have
if
a
I ever told you that. It's
terrible-
really, you have good handwriting, man.
Terrible.
Okay. A plug open house. You guys got any cool parties, events, streams coming up?
We have another open house episode on YouTube that's going to go up. We just filmed someone. And open house on Sirius XM Diplo's Revolution every Tuesday, 8 p.m. PDT.
Yeah. Get at it. Okay, cool. Is anything else? Anyone want to throw something else at Neil? Your mouth's open.
I'm playing this Saturday. Well, it won't even come out. I'm playing. I'm opening for Don Diablo with Live Nation, and I'm doing Tongue and Groove. I'm back in Atlanta.
Wow!
At the end of the month. Yep.
Hell yeah!
Pretty excited about that. That's like my second home, and I think that's it. Oh, I got Sidebar in a couple months.
There you go.
Get that
burger. Get that burger. All right.
I'm gonna fly some home with me.
Oh my God. All right. All right. Well, that's it, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode number 22, and we will see you live in August together. Nice.
Baby.
Yeah.
Fellas.